What's up, everybody?
What's happening, family?
And welcome back to another episode of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument? My name is Angel Tanksley, a.k.a. Angel Lakita Moore, a.k.a. 40 Free Today. You heard it right, 40 Free, because she's free, she's fabulous, she's fierce. And I'm known as That Chick Angel, That Chick Angel. Yeah.
See how I smile through the intro? I'm normally like, shut the hell up so we can start. But it's her birthday.
It's
so
my
like,
birthday today.
Yeah.
So he going to be patient with me. And that is going to be patient with me is my fine-ass husband. And that's right. That's right. Come on, sexy. Come on. Tell him who you are, the other host of this podcast.
I am Marcus Tanksley, a.k.a. Tank, the other host of Is This Gonna Cause an Argument?
Come on.
Yeah. Hey, if this is your first time tuning in, we greatly appreciate it. This is a podcast that we do every single goddamn week for the most part. And we talk about all things family, relationships, black people, and others. We pretty much talk about anything we want to, y'all, all right? And if it's your first time tuning in, don't know what took you so long, but welcome.
Welcome.
Absolutely. And every single week, we are joined by some amazing people.
Yes.
That's our immediate family. You understand what I'm saying? This immediate family, they watch us film this live. If you ain't a part of this immediate family, you watching the edited, recorded version of this, recorded, edited version. They're watching us live, and that immediate family is on Patreon. That's our Patreon.
Yes.
You can go to patreon.com/thatchickangel, sign up for the low of $5 a month and be a part of that immediate family. And we do all kinds of extra stuff with them. They get all the live stuff, the early stuff, the discounts. They get special treatment when they see me up in Essence.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Bree walked up in the convention center with me. The family. We saw a whole bunch of family. I was representing that, but we're going to get into that later on. We are also joined by some amazing sponsors, who is BetterHelp and Plates.
There you go. I knew you had it, babe.
Hey, because I was going to say, hello, Plates.
Yes.
And you'll hear more about them in the episode. And listen, these sponsors that we have, if they offer a service that you already use, switch over to them, give them a try, put in that code. Because when you support them sponsors, you support us. You help support this new fabric on these chairs and all the stuff that we do. Because this stuff ain't free to do. We got to pay somebody.
We got to.
Pay. Absolutely. We paying our lovely assistant.
Yes.
Our temporary assistant today.
Our temp for the day. We pay our editor.
Absolutely.
Listen, this is not free. It's free for you to watch. But it is not free for us to produce. So we greatly appreciate when you check out our sponsors and use our promo code to let them know that we sent you there. And obviously, we truly, truly appreciate our Patreon for deciding to take a small financial investment into what me and Marcus create. Even though it's $5, and for a lot of people, that's money that they waste on Starbucks. That's what we did today. For some people, that's not the case. And regardless of where your financial journey is, anytime you choose to spend money with something that me and Marcus are doing, regardless of the amount, we appreciate it. So
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Not to wait until the end of the podcast to talk about this, but y'all know Marcus and Angel are on tour right now.
We on tour.
We have been doing this, planning and putting this all together. And trust and believe, we've never put together a tour on our own. We are producing it. This is self-funded by us, even though, Patreon, I got to tell y'all another piece of tea after the episode.
Patreon, we forgot one.
Well, I knew there was one more piece of tea we forgot to
Y'all
tell
gonna love this. Stick around Patreon. God dang.
But
I'm glad you said it, because I was going to bring it up in the show. And guess what?
Nah, that's a Patreon exclusive only. So we're kicking off our tour out in the Midwest East Coast with Indianapolis. It will be July 21st. I'll be making that link live hopefully later today. It has just been really crazy. And then following that, we will be in Lexington, Kentucky at the Pam Miller Black Box Theater on July 23rd. The link for that will be live for everybody. It's only been live for Patreon this past weekend. In the other cities we're going to, and I have put those dates out, but some of those dates are changing, just FYI. So if you are like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy a ticket. Don't buy a ticket to fly to us until you can buy a ticket to the show.
Right.
But we're going to Chicago, Houston, DC, Atlanta, New York, and Philadelphia. And we might, and this is a slight might, we might be adding Seattle, Washington. Might. I got hit up by a club there, and I was like, I don't know if we got any fans or supporters in Seattle. The club owner was like, you do. Come on up here. So I just have to.
It's flattering to get invited. Like people reaching out. I'm like, hey, would y'all do a show here?
Yeah. So,
but we don't know. Look,
we got to look at the availability that we have. So we might be able to add one more West Coast, and that's one reason why I am really considering it is because we only did one West Coast date, which was LA. So not that this really helps anybody, a whole lot of other people, but possibly add another West Coast date. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're following us on our Instagram because that is where I am putting the links to buy tickets. Patreon, obviously, I put the links directly inside of the actual Patreon website. But other than that, you can get them on our actual Instagram. And I might see if I can add them to my actual website that nobody even knows I have. ThatChickAngel.com has existed for several years. So I might add it to that so that you all can see it there, and we're going to put our merch on sale online as well. Okay, that was a lot of stuff that we just rattled off. But we're going to start off with our favorite and oldest segment of this podcast, and it is called In My Feelings.
Yes. Let me tell you what's got me in my feelings.
I got something making me feel good.
In My Feelings is where we discuss what's got us feeling phenomenal this week, as well as what's got us feeling some type of way. So, babe, if you want to kick it off.
Let me see. You know what? I'm going to stick on because we're going to, look, a good portion of this episode, we're going to be talking about Essence.
Yes.
So I'm going to go ahead and just address some Essence things.
Okay.
You good with that?
If that's what you want to do,
right,
baby.
Fam, y'all. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that this lady right here is loved far and wide.
Oh.
I know she's amazing. I appreciate the love that she gets from everybody.
Here we come.
I honestly do.
I now know where this is
I
going.
love the appreciation. I love when y'all tell me to give her that appreciation from you to me to her. But let me tell you what.
Oh, tell him, baby, because this was going to be a part of mine, too.
What you ain't going to do is dismiss my presence.
Come on. Y'all not going to do that to my baby.
Don't. I had to correct. And I feel the reason I'm in my feelings about it is because I feel I don't like doing this to people.
Right.
I really don't. Especially when you come up and you want to show your excitement and appreciation for my wife. Don't dismiss my presence. Especially when I'm the only one there that you're talking to.
Yes, be specific so they understand what's happening.
Yeah, and this is the examples I will give. This happened so many times. Not just one, not just 10, a lot of people. Because Angel's a rapper. She's a worldwide superstar. People will run up and I'm walking. I don't see the person. They will literally run up and say, oh, my God, where's Angel? Tell her I love her. My response is, I'm fine, and how are you?
Because you obviously know who he is.
You know who I am.
Even if you don't remember his name, you are aware that he's my husband. So at least say hi first.
At least at the very, you speak to people that you've never met and have never seen before.
Right.
You speak to strangers in the supermarket when they're, hey, how you doing? Speak to me at least.
Yeah. Yeah, a good one. That's a good one. Bubblegum Corner. Say, hey, heifer. And he will be like, hey.
If there's anybody in Patreon right now that saw me at Essence, I've read into a lot of Patreon, they see how friendly I actually am.
He does. He'll speak to everyone.
But even if you think I'm going to be rude enough to not speak, what makes you think that I won't be rude enough to ignore you when you just run up and say, tell your wife I said hi? Who? Who am I telling? Who am I telling? Who I tell Angel? I don't know, some random chick said hi. Like,
some girl in some denim shorts.
Yeah, but no, like I had to, and I don't. Again, I'm very friendly, especially when I know y'all Patreon. I truly do treat y'all like family. I'm gonna run up. I might get uncomfortably close to you because I might even hug you. But I don't like that people were putting me in that position to have to basically like gather it together. Like, hey, thank you so much. Are you going to say hi to me at least?
Again, my husband is not conflict avoidant. Neither
I'm
one
not.
of us are.
I'm not conflict avoidant at all. And I will, just for the fun of it, I will make the situation awkward. And then I'm going to make you feel like family before we walk off.
Yes. So for real. It really, like, it bothered me. This is in my feelings too. It bothered me, especially when I would find out people were doing that when I wasn't like with him. Because there was a lot of times that me and him were not together at Essence.
Yeah.
I would be with Brescia trying to get like BTS footage of her panels and stuff. And also going to events with her. So there'd be times where he was walking around by himself.
Yeah.
And Marcus,
actually, most of the time I was walking around by myself.
And Marcus is tall. He has a very memorable face. So people understand. A lot of times people wouldn't realize I was who I was until they saw him. And then they were like, oh, it is Angel.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and when we together, look, I understand. I know Angel's been in this game a lot. I will step to the background.
Yeah, no.
Let y'all get, like, y'all ain't got to speak to me just because I'm there. But if you don't see Angel,
you got to speak to him first.
Don't come ask about her whereabouts and not speak to. Where's Angel? That's literally, where's Angel at?
That's what I'm saying. It only bothered
She's
me.
you know what I would say? In New Orleans. It's like,
it
hi.
only bothered me when I knew you were by yourself. When we are together, I'm fully aware. If somebody is coming to speak to me, that they're going to come directly to speak to me. I then, as his wife, obligate myself to say, have you met my husband, Marcus? And usually then they're like, oh my God, yeah, of course I know your husband, Marcus, and they speak. So that didn't bother me so much because it's like, I get it. If I understand if I am a fan or a supporter of someone, or I'm excited to meet someone for the first time, if they are the person that I see and they're the person I'm excited about, they are the person that I normally would go straight to talk to. But if I were to see someone who for instance, Tab and Chance, granted, I'm friends of them both, so it's a different relationship. But if I were like a person just like anybody else, if I saw a Chance, I would say, hi, Mr. Brown. I love what you and your wife do. Mm-hmm. I am a big supporter. My name's Angel. If you could just send her my love, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. That's all I'm asking. Now, if I see Tab and Chance, I'm going to do my best to still acknowledge both of them. I'm going to be like, oh, my God.
Yeah, again.
Tabitha, I love you. Chance, you guys together, beautiful. Your children, gorgeous. God bless y'all.
Again, I don't have to be acknowledged when we together. It's just and again, it was an overwhelming amount of people that just wanted to speak to me. Like, oh my God, can I take a picture? Of course we can take a picture together. Like, I don't mind none of that. I met a lot of people that were very warm, welcoming, just wanted to talk to me or get a picture with me, which is another crazy thing, but we're going to get into that. But yeah, and Angel even got some feedback from some of the people. It's like, yeah, your husband let me know.
Oh, yeah. People would come up to me, people would come up to me and be like, I saw your husband first. And I said, where's your wife? And I said, don't do that to him. I said, did you speak first? And a couple were like, yeah, he got on me for not speaking. I said, I'm going to need to make a public service announcement. Like, come on, y'all. We can do better. I get it. Even if that's what you first say, be like, I'm sorry. How you doing? Yeah,
all of that. But the one lady, she was 10 toes down in her knots. I was like, and I sat there and we had a long conversation. I even told a friend, I said, she rude. it's like...
I get it, but just at least say hi.
That's the only thing. I appreciate all the love and all of that, but it's just, I don't put me in that position. At least say hi.
At least say hi.
Like, hey, what's up? Where's Angel? Oh, that's how that's gonna go. She around here somewhere, but just, where's Angel? Where my girl at?
Say hi to me first. Wave at least.
Martin, respect my house.
Well, let me tell you what I respect in my house. Some good meals, okay, at an affordable price. And that is why we love, who do we love?
Plates.
Yeah, every plate. Hey. Y'all know we love them. We've talked about them multiple times in our podcast because they are America's best value meal kit. Every plate is 25% cheaper than grocery shopping. Let's do some simple math. If you're spending $100 on groceries, and probably a lot of those will go bad, every plate is telling you only gonna have to spend $75 to get all the meals that you would have gotten from that grocery shopping. And you won't have any food to waste because they send you the pre-portioned ingredients, right? So that's less food waste, which is something that I do care about because we have 4 boys and they waste food a lot. So I don't want to add to it by me also wasting food that I bought in the refrigerator. Stay cool this summer with oven-free meals. Every plate's easy, no oven dinner recipes. Enjoy satisfying, flavorful options like linguine with burst tomato and kale, Catina style shrimp taco bar. That sounds so good. And beef banh mi bowls that you can whip up after a long summer day. No oven required. I remember when we lived in a house that did not have central air. And when it was summertime, when I tell you that oven was not allowed to be turned on, it was so hot.
I strictly forbid that oven being turned on.
Every plate would have been super beneficial then, but it's still beneficial now because ain't nobody trying to be in a hot house when it's hot outside. Make the sustainable choice this July. Every plate offsets 100% of their delivery emissions, and their meals have a 31% lower carbon footprint on average than supermarket meals of the same portion. Plus, nearly all packaging materials are curbside recyclable in most areas of the U.S. Let me tell y'all one more thing. Planning for a jam-packed July, get every plate and take back your time with fewer trips to the grocery store and meals ready in 6 simple steps. They plan the meals and deliver pre-portioned ingredients right to your door so you can spend less time in the kitchen and more time in the sunshine. So this is what you want to do. Oh, and y'all know we love every plate. I love how easy it is to put the meals together. I love that you are really getting farm fresh ingredients. I'm talking about them carrots look like carrots that came from a farm, okay? They look like you seeing carrots that grew from up out of the ground somewhere. And truly, I love being able to give my kids fresh produce in their meals just to know that they're getting fed healthy food. So get $1.49 per meal by going to everyplate.com/podcast and entering code 49argue.
49argue.
Get started with Every Plate for just $1.49 per meal by going to everyplate.com/podcast and entering code 49argue.
49argue.
That's up to $110 value. Thank you, Every Plate, for sponsoring today's podcast.
Thank you, Every Plate. Shiggity said, hey, Tank, where's Angel? Be okay? Yes.
It's really simple.
It's that simple.
Truly.
Or, hey, where's Angel? Oh, that's perfectly fine. Y'all don't understand the small one word that we missed.
It's 2 words. Hello, Marcus.
Yeah.
Hey, Tank. There's so many variations.
Even if you don't know my name, hey, I love your wife. Hey, thank you.
Yeah. So, what's got me feeling good, we'll skip over to that since we both did what's got us feeling some type of way. 1, it's my birthday.
It's your birthday.
And y'all, if I can't reiterate enough how fire your 40s are. If you're not in your 40s yet, get excited about going there. There is just such a beautifulness of, hopefully, if you started doing the work in your late 20s or even in your 30s, of really getting to know yourself and getting comfortable in yourself, there is such a beautiful freedom in your 40s that just, I don't want to say life is just beginning because I don't want to take away from all the beautifulness that is in your 20s, all the beautifulness that can happen in your 30s. But there is something about your 40s that's just, and especially, I really want to say this to all the women out there because a lot of times people begin to try to make us feel devalued because a lot of us are outside of our childbearing years or our childbearing years are coming to a close. A lot of us are not in the same shape that we were in our 20s, so right. We're not at our peak fitness. And we're not the brand new shiny quarter. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But our value,
the older quarter worth more money.
But the thing is, the value still don't go down. You put that same quarter in a vending machine, and you're gonna get the same candy you could have if it's new.
Depending on the year, they could become collector's items.
Come on, amen.
Yeah.
And I'm really understanding that how beautiful it is to be alive And if you are so blessed to be able, I know I can only imagine how great my 50s will be. But if God has blessed you with long enough life that you get to live in your 40s, I hope you're experiencing it the way that I am. And I'm not referring to money or success, but more so of a mindset that I have where I really feel good about me. I feel good about what I am doing. So just being here, celebrating my birthday, being able to work with my husband on my birthday, like God is so good. But you know what? I think I'm going to save it for Essence. There's another really thing that's got me feeling good. I'm going to save it for our Essence talk, which is our main topic. But I'm just so grateful that God is allowing me to see my boys grow up, to being in this marriage that we are navigating and navigating this partnership. And also that he's blessed me with the people who watch this show, especially our Patreon. I know we don't know y'all, and y'all only kind of know us. I still feel the love that y'all have for us. Yeah. I still feel the support, and my gratitude is just, y'all have no idea. And I'll discuss more stuff as we get into the main topic. What's got you feeling good?
What's got me feeling good is I'm going to keep it short because it does roll into Essence. Similar to the same thing that's had me feeling some type of way. What's got me feeling good is all the love that we were shown by our supporters at Essence. Yeah. Like it was crazy. It was overwhelmingly joyful. Like to meet so many of y'all. Yeah. I'm just going to leave it there because we're going to keep talking about it.
Yeah. So that's in my feelings. We're going to jump to our next segment, which is called Take It or Tank It. I think I'll take it.
I think I'll tank it.
I think it's actually the other way around. It's tank it or take it. Yeah. There we go. Because, of course, our last name has to go first. This is where we take a saying, something that is either related to marriage or family, and see if we agree with it, take it. Or if we like, nah, that ain't what's good, and we tank it. Well, the saying that we are looking at today is age like fine wine. Mm-hmm. Do we take it or tank it? And I'm going to actually pulled up. Let me see if I got rid of it by accident. I think I did. I'm going to see if I can pull up what they were saying, like the full meaning of it. Okay, it says, age like fine wine means that someone or something gets better with time. It's a way to tell someone you think they look good for their age, even if that they've gotten smarter over time.
I think if you're doing things right, you definitely gonna be. If you think of a fine wine, ain't no fine wines have to be like a red because they're aged. Yeah. If you think of the elegance of the perfect wine, if you into wine or that type of thing, you know that it's like, it has to be stored a certain way. It has to be a certain age, has to be in the barrel a certain amount of time. Temperature, humidity, a lot of care and time goes into that. Real estate, that's the main thing you're paying for. When you whiskey, wine, all of that is real estate because you have to house it somewhere. Yeah. All of that care that goes in there. I don't know if y'all have ever seen vineyards. We got some, even in California. It's always like on hills or open fields, and it always looks so like beautiful and plush, and it just looks nice. Like there's some that look like it's desert all around, but then you see them vine plants on the hills. What they called?
I don't.
Vines. Grapevines? Yeah, grapevines.
Okay.
On the hills, like the grapevine plants on the hills. It's like, dang, that looks nice. There's one apartment complex that has it as like their landscape.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, it looks good. If you think about all the stuff that goes into a wine and then you switch it over to someone aging, you get so much wisdom and experience, and there's a thing of beauty that comes with that. It's like the confidence that comes with that. Yeah. Of acting like you can act like you've been somewhere because you have. Yeah. Yeah, there was a clip that was going around. There was a meme that I've seen, and I'm sure y'all seen it too. It's like a video. I don't know if it's a basketball game or a dunk contest, and it's I think it was a basketball game. And you see Kobe. He's sitting there on the bench, or maybe he's even standing with his towel on his head, and he's just like watching the game with a straight face. And then you see his much younger team behind him, and somebody goes up and does a dunk, and you know how the young dudes, they all fall out and do all this stuff and jump around and this and that. And Kobe just sat there just like, I've seen a dunk before. Let's make sure we win the game. Let's not celebrate this dunk. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you see all this chaos of the young immaturity behind him versus this, I've been here before. I got a little wisdom. I know there's a bigger picture. And just to go for me, that was a perfect example of aging with wisdom, aging with, what's the word I'm thinking about? Wisdom, not astute. I don't know. Stoic. I don't know.
Oh, no. I don't think that was what
that ain't the word either. But anyway, I definitely agree with that because that's when you talk to people, that's how they feel. And granted, like physically, can't do the same things I used to do, but it's just like I don't need to because I have wisdom to,
Yeah.
I don't need to put in the muscular strength to do something when I have the brain to overcome that same obstacle.
Okay, come on. I'm going to say I take it as well, but only tank it a little bit because of that one thing. And I feel like the one thing you just said, I feel like age like fine wine does leave out the physical part of aging. But I do think that should be our goal over time, is to not run our bodies so ragged or stay in a place of ignorance for too long. I don't expect a 20-something-year-old to know what I know at 40-something. Now, there are some that are wiser than their years, right? But I expect for 20-something-year-olds to do things that and not have full regard in all the consequences that can come of it. Yeah. However, when I see a 40-something-year-old behaving like a 20-something-year-old, meaning in the sense of, now you know what the consequence of that might be, and they pretend as if they're not aware.
You have less time to recover. The 20-year-old, you got plenty of time. Keep messing up.
When you pretend like you're not aware when you're 40-something, that bothers me to no end. And I'm not saying we got to get stuffy and we got to get less fun at 40, but I do, or at any age as you get mature, but I do feel like if you're not taking your life experience and applying the lessons in your later life, you are just wasting your life. Like, I feel like we experience things for a reason.
Right.
Like, when I think about our house buying process, we've bought 3 houses in our adult life. We learned something every time and took that knowledge into the next process to try to make the next process smoother. Granted, new things would pop up, so obviously we still have a learning curve. But if I were to go into each process just as ignorant as the first time I went into it, it's just like, nah, I'm not aging like fine wine. I'm aging like cheese. I have mold on me. Like, what is going on? So I do take aging like fine wine, meaning using my wisdom, trying to look my best. Like, I don't mind looking my age. I just want to look good at my age. But the only part I think is that doesn't really encompass the fact that our bodies sometimes don't age like fine wine. I know some people who are in the best shape of their life right now, and honey, I wish I was one of them.
In their 40s.
However, I was in great shape if I can get back there. I'm going to get somewhere cute. I just don't know where. So tell us if you take it or take it. Age like fine wine. Do you feel like that's just pressure put on older people to have to be serious? Or are you like, yeah, no, there's an elegance in being older and wiser? And this is not to put down 20-some-year-olds. I know y'all have fun because I had a good time.
Yeah, that's what I don't like is when I see 20-year-olds like not taking all the risks that they can't, meaning to get forward in life.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is the time.
This is the time. This is when your mistakes are excusable.
You got to do this and do that, and I got to be here. If you love doing that, try it.
Come on. Try it. You might like it. So we're going to go to our next sponsor, and we would like to say thank you to BetterHelp. BetterHelp is a sponsor of today's podcast. All right. So, you know how sometimes you are going through life and you'll hit a patch where you don't feel certain that you're like going down the right path. Not that you feel like you're putting yourself in danger or anything, but you're just like, am I wasting time doing this thing? Am I just like going in the direction that I should be going in? Now I've done that multiple times, especially in this career of being like, am I just being bullheaded? Should I still be doing this? Even with having children. We have 4 kids. It's just like, Angel, should you be having more kids? Should you stop? Like, what should you be doing? Well, sometimes in a life, we're faced with tough choices, and the path forward isn't always clear. There are countless times I can think of cons, and even then, when you try to make a calculated choice, it doesn't always mean that the results going to end the way you hope they do. So it can cause even more anxiety around the choice that you're trying to make. Whether you're dealing with decisions around career, relationships, or anything else, therapy can help you stay connected to what you really want while navigating life. So you can move forward with confidence and excitement. Trusting yourself to make decisions that are aligned with your values is like anything. The more you practice it, the easier you are. Y'all know I have a therapist right now, and this is what we do all of the time. We literally are discussing decisions that I have to make, and her knowing me now and knowing what I feel my purpose is, understanding what my values are. She helps to remind me of those things, which makes my decision making easier. She's even helped me with tapping into the emotion that I'm feeling around the situation to help me use that as a guide on how I should move. She would always say, when you're feeling this thing that you're feeling that's causing you all type of like discomfort in your like stomach, she's like, that means what's happening is out of alignment with what you want. So let's move. How do we need to get this to look like something that you would actually want? Which was just life-changing for me. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, and it's designed to be convenient. It's designed to work within your schedule, so you can remove a lot of those excuses off of the table. BetterHelp works inside of your schedule. And all you have to do is fill out a questionnaire, and they'll match you with a licensed therapist. And if you don't feel like they're a good fit, you can switch at any time, and there's no additional cost to you. So let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/argue today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/argue. All right. Now to the main topic of the day.
Yes.
Essence 2023.
Hey.
Essence Festival. This was our second year going. Still wasn't invited by a brand. But it was worth going.
Absolutely.
This was my main thing. Because at first I wasn't going. I said, I'm not going unless there's a brand taking me. And Mel Mitchell and her older sister, Monique Mitchell, shout out to them. We were all in Miami together at the American Black Film Festival. And before I left, they were like, Angel, you better be at Essence. Her sister, Mel's sister, Monique, was like, it don't matter if no brand is sending you. You need to be there. You need to be there. This is where you're supposed to be at. These are the connections you're supposed to be making. So I brought it up to Marcus, and at the time I was going to just go by myself because I knew I could be Brisha's plus one and just stay at her hotel. But Marcus was like, no, I really want to go as well. I think it'll be good for mine and his brand, for both of us to be there. So we got ourselves tickets. Oh, we're going to talk about it too.
Mm-hmm.
Tickets on Spirit Airlines.
Spirits.
We flew Spirit Airlines, and I'm going to
None
make
of our friends believe it though. Like, no, y'all didn't.
We were on the yellow and black plane, okay? Because we didn't buy a ticket to fly until a week before.
Yeah.
So
there was nothing. No one way. Not one way.
No nonstop.
Nonstop.
And if we flew Delta, we were going to have to pay $1,000 per ticket to be, in coach. If I'm paying over $1,000 for a single ticket, I better be in Delta One, not even regular first class.
Regular first class is ugh.
I better
Delta
be
One pod.
Yes, I need a pod if I'm spending over $1,000 per ticket, not near the bathrooms in the back. Okay, so I was like, oh, if Delta, that's what they offering, and we gotta make a stop. Who has a straight through flight?
Yeah, you losing 3 hours traveling that direction.
Yeah.
It was just way too many.
I love me some Delta, but they just weren't going to do it for us this time. So we did Spirit. And let me tell you, that was the cleanest goddamn on plane.
Especially the one coming back.
Oh, my God.
The one coming back, I was like.
Weren't soft, but like.
Coming back, they were.
It's a 3.5 hour flight.
Yeah. I've had. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead, baby.
No, I've had much worse experiences on Delta.
Yeah.
For a lot more money. Like I had both ways. I had definitely the second time because we rode in the exit row. But the first going there, I wasn't in no exit row, and I was like, okay, I got enough leg room. There's been times I rode on Delta and my knees were pressed against the seat in front of me.
Yeah.
Many times. Actually, most times I fly, unless I'm in Comfort Plus or first class, if I'm on Delta, my knees are pressed against the seat in front of me. I was in regular ass seating on Spirit, and I had enough leg room.
That it was, because we did the emergency exit. Now that emergency exit row, I don't know who getting out that door. That door was small.
That door is the size of the airplane windows.
I said, listen, anybody who is a 3X or above, you going down with the plane, because them doors I even was like, can I get my hips and thighs through this door?
Yeah.
Marcus was going to have to go out sideways.
Right.
But yeah, the plane was like nice.
Yeah, I was shocked. It was clean going there, but coming back, my mind was blown when I stepped in and looked. I was like, hold up.
The two things that I was going to be worried about, because these are two things that I've heard. Well, one was the behavior of the passengers.
Yeah.
I have heard that like it is so plain, and that the folk that be flying be acting a whole goddamn fool.
I was a little annoyed at one dude that wouldn't shut up on the way. Was it on the way there? On the way there. Because he
gonna be like garbage. The plane was very clean. The bathrooms were clean. Like
I think everybody has new planes except for Southwest.
Jesus, listen.
Southwest still got these planes from the 70s.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to stop talking crazy about Spirit.
It was my first time on Spirit, and I was like, I'm not mad at this at all.
Yeah. So we went, and so my goal was, this is not a vacation. I was like, if we about to spend this money, especially if both of us about to go, because it was going to go from me just having to buy a ticket, which was going to mean the expense was like $500 for me to go, because I wasn't going to have to pay for a room, to, okay, we're about to spend over $2,000 to go. So I was like, this has to be about business, right? This is not the first. I feel like the first time we went to Essence, it wasn't business. It was literally, we're experienced. Right. We like walked around New Orleans. We experienced Essence. This time.
New Orleans.
No, we experienced New Orleans, yeah. This time I was like, this is business, okay? So we stayed at the Marriott. Mm-hmm. Amazing experience as well. Mm-hmm. We were close to the convention center.
We walked out the door of the Marriott, crossed the street, and walked into the convention center.
Brittany, the senior manager, when I tell you, first of all, the Marriott's lobby was like a club the entire time. Not that there was a bunch of people in the lobby. No. The music that they played from I don't know what time they stopped. Like they probably stopped. It was supposed to stop, I think, by 2 a.m. But that music was playing.
Not just the type of music, at the volume that the music was playing. Like
a club. Loud. You know how you in a club, the only way you can hear somebody is if you're in their ear and you're like, hey, so I'm going to go to the restroom. You good? Huh? I'm going to go to the restroom. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That's like how loud you were going to have to talk in there. But the room was clean, and the senior manager, Brittany, she took care that she made the DJ play my song on Saturday in the lobby. This is when there was a lot of people in there. The staff came out and danced with me during the song. She gave me her personal card. She said, anytime you come to New Orleans, I want you staying here at the Marriott, okay? I said, okay.
That's what she told me. Look, I done made this senior position, so yeah, y'all make sure y'all contact me.
I said, I will. So, Marriott, great. Again, 2 times we stayed at what would be considered a lower tier, like whether accommodations and travel, great experiences, because we stayed at the Four Seasons last year, and I refused. We spent, because last year we didn't have to pay for our flight. I did it with points. So the hotel room was $2,000 all on its own.
For those, what, 3 days?
Yeah, for 3 days, it was $2,000. And I was only staying there because, again, I was supposed to be Brisha's plus one. She was staying at she was supposed to, she ended up with COVID. She was supposed to be staying at the Four Seasons. So I said, let me make it easy. I'll stay at the same hotel as you so that when you're ready to go, I can just go up to your room and blah, 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 blah. So I was like, I don't care about that this year. I said, I'll just find you wherever you are. I ain't paying a bunch of money for no goddamn hotel. Going into the convention center. About every 5 minutes, I was stopped by someone whether it be Angel or is that you or give me one margarita right in my face.
It's almost like the Dave Chappelle. Rick James, bitch.
That is
give me one margarita. I'm gonna give you some head.
Yes. Wait until we tell you this story. So what was really great was getting to meet you all. That was like everything. I know over 100 pictures this weekend with folks.
I wasn't expecting it. Like the first day, because you were left out before me. Because we got in late, went to bed late. Angel ended up waking up early because she went to go see, was it Brisha speak on the panel? Yeah,
I went to see Brisha speak on the panel.
So I get ready and literally, I haven't, other than getting to the hotel room the quote-unquote morning, but the night before. So I get ready, walk out, and as I'm crossing the street, I see some people that's like, hey, Tank. I was like, hey, what's happening? It was like, can we take a picture of you? I was like, no, you can take a picture with me.
Yes, that's a big thing. You in the picture with us.
Of course, they threw look, we don't want Angel Carr. I said, girl, give me that phone so we can take his picture. But literally, I hadn't been outside a minute yet, like literally 45 seconds I've been outside and people were already like, oh my God. I was like, God dang, this is crazy. I was like, all right, that was like an anomaly.
Yes, that was
so I walk in, get like 2-3 feet again. People, it was crazy just to hear people, and I'd said this actually we was probably still in our first house when said I'd go down through the comments and look, and people letting us know that like, oh, y'all got me through this, or y'all helped me so much, y'all make me laugh, and I really need that every day. Hearing those stories over and over, it's just like this is why I love hearing that stuff. Like, because that's what keeps me going, continuing to do this. Like somebody's enjoying this. Yeah. If one person's enjoying it, then god dang it, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Yeah, it makes it is beautiful to hear. I saw Brisha's panel. I got to see Danielle Pinnock. Is it Pinnock? That's how you say her name. If you all follow the account Body Courage or #booked, she is one of the series regulars on CBS's Ghost. She is just a joy and sunshine in human form. She's so grateful for every opportunity that's coming her way right now. And she was on a panel with Brisha along with, I think her name is Gina. God dang it, it's escaping me right now. It was called Ladies Leading with Laughter. Danielle, you didn't know this. Danielle kept trying to get them to put me on the panel because Tiffany Haddish was supposed to be on the panel and ended up having to cancel. She was like, give Angel a chair in the middle of the panel. Give Angel a chair and a mic right here. Right. I was like, Danielle, they do not want me up there. She was like, and then Gina was chiming in. Yeah, why doesn't Angel have a chair? Give her a chair and a microphone. I was like, I'm just going to sit here and record, guys. But got to see Shirley Ralph. So that was great. But the highlight of who I got to meet, and you don't know this little girl, was Van Van.
Yeah, I heard y'all talking about little Van Van.
Well, Van Van be freestyling. Look, we ain't got no rap beef. I'm hoping we can do a collab one day. She is about this big. What happened was me and Brescia were on the convention room floor, which she barely got to go anywhere. It was just too many people stopping Brescia.
Yeah, I ended up leaving Angel and Brescia when I did meet up with them.
Yeah, it
wasn't even people stopping. It was Brescia and Brescia's team trying to organize what she needed to do. So they just kept stopping. And then when they would stop, people would see them. I said, hey, I'll meet y'all downstairs. Y'all have a good one.
So somebody stops Brescia and says, can she take a picture with you? And there's this little girl, and I'm only seeing the back of her. Brescia starts screaming, right? And I said, Brescia, you're going to scare the baby. Calm down. And Brescia was like, but it's Van Van. So then I go around to the other side to see the girl's face. I start screaming in the little girl's face. I was like, oh my God.
Looking at these grown-ass women like.
Lost it. I was like, can I get a picture with you, Van Van? And her aunt was like, yeah. I got on one knee because she's little. I said, you know, I'm a rapper too, Van Van. I was like, it's so nice to meet you. She's like, nice to meet you too. Like, and she wasn't fazed by us screaming. It's like she's already.
She's numb to it.
She's a celebrity. She's like, I get it. I get my effects on people. I get it. That made my day. We got to meet a bunch of people in the Target house where Kevin and Melissa were.
Mm-hmm. First of all, I just need the people. I need Essence to make sure these people know what's going on that's working for Essence for the weekend.
Why?
Because it was when I was going to meet you in Brescia. I told you about this.
Oh.
I didn't know where they were. And the directions Angel was giving me, it was confusing. Once I got in that area, I'm like, I can't tell what's what. So I walk up to these people. They standing at a curtain and a table. So I'm like, all right, apparently people can walk through there. So I go tell one of the people, you know, who I'm looking for, wherever. She was like, oh, so the dude stops me. It's like, you can't go back there with her. So then the lady starts talking to me. So I'm already like, I done put up a wall. Like, I ain't listening to him. She was like, so then she turns to him. She was like, no, it's fine. So she brings back there. And then I see Angel and Brescia. So we all sitting there talking. And then so I tell Angel, I was like, yeah, they didn't want to let me in. Angel was like, why? Like, people were just walking right in here.
Because they didn't say nothing to me. I walked right past them like, I was with nobody but myself.
What was interesting, I don't know who the network was or whatever, but Brescia got interviewed by herself.
Oh, it was a young girl who looked.
It was a young girl.
Did on
her
Brescia.
And Brescia looked just like I said. I took a picture. I meant to get video too. I took a picture of her interviewing Brescia, and I was like, I got a picture of you talking to yourself. And Brescia looked at the picture. She was like, that girl looks just like me.
The girl walked up to me.
Same height.
The girl walked up to me and said, are you on Brescia's team? And I said, how can I help you? Like, what do you want? And she was like, I want to know if I can interview Brescia. I said, well, how many questions do you have? Because I knew we were trying to leave.
Angel turned into a personal assistant.
I do it very quickly.
She does. Like, when they was up there, I said, look, she done started assisting. It's this whole team of people.
Listen.
Get me away from the chaos.
I was like, how many questions do you have? She said 2. I said, oh, that shouldn't be a problem. I said, Brescia. And now, mind you, in my head, I'm praying this girl don't, because when she said, are you on Brescia's team? I wanted to be like, don't you be coming here to tell us that you her long-lost sister.
It would look like she was about to tell her, look, when you, there was actually 2 of us.
Listen,
and
I wanted to be like,
our parents sent me off and I'm here to find you.
I wanted to be like, listen, Mr. Garfield is not here, okay? And this is not the time. I know you need to tell her eventually, but can we wait until after Essence for you to let her know?
I mean,
they looked just like each other.
You know how siblings, when they have them real close together, they look like twins?
Yeah.
That's how similar they look. Even Brescia was just like, oh my God.
She looked a lot like Brescia. So yeah, that was crazy. We did the Target thing.
Yeah, the Target thing. So Target thing, we wasn't even supposed to be at.
No, we were just visiting Kevin and Melissa.
I just went to visit them. I thought they were going to be speaking on a panel, but that was just something Target just asked them to do because I was going to support. And I was like, so I hit up Greg and I'm like, hey, y'all, where y'all at? He was like, the Target thing, come around to the side. So I go around to the side, I see all them, I speak, and then I see Greg and Mel, they like have their phones like getting video. I'm like, okay, they're getting footage of it. So Greg walks out, and I can't see what's on the other side. It looks like they're walking out onto a stage. So I'm like, I'm going to sit here in the back. So then Mel walks out, so I'm just in the back, you know, with the people with the headphones and the mics and stuff, just listening and watching stuff. So then I peek out. I'm like, oh no, the stage is further up, so I can go back here in the back corner. And then I just see them walking around, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna walk up here. So then I walked up there. So it ended up being before it was all over with me, Angel, Kev, Melissa, Greg, Mel. It was who else came up there? Brescia.
Oh, Brescia came over there.
Oh no, it was like this. And then the people working there just like, we didn't expect this many influencers to be in one place at the same time because people was losing their mind mainly for Kevin and him, but. That was just an interesting experience just to have everybody in that same place at the same time, unexpectedly.
So Saturday ended with us going, ended with us going to the concert where, not Jill Scott, but Lauryn Hill performed. Janelle Monáe performed her butt off. That's when I got there in enough time to see Jagged Edge and Janelle Monáe. This is the thing, traveling with Brescia and being her +1 means I'm not going to get to things early or on time. I'm going to get to things when we get there.
Oh, so we was leaving out because I got someone's +1. No, we bought my ticket.
I bought your ticket.
We bought my ticket, and Angel had a +1, and Kevin and them were going too. So Angel was just like, so you don't have to deal with these long lines. You need to go in with either us or Kevin and them so you can skip all that. And so I was waiting, and I was already ready. I was like, I knew what was going on with Angel and them. I said, they not going to get there before tomorrow. And then I hit up Greg and them, and he was like, yeah, we at the room now. So I thought I was going to meet them there. The last thing I wanted them to do to have to wait on me. So I said, let me get there before everybody so I could just meet them there. So I go on ahead there, and there's some stuff that happens with Greg and them. They had to come back. Then they went again. Then they had to come as Greg and Mel and Kevin all in. Then they had to go back because they had their purses. So they had to take those back to the room and then come back. By the time Kevin and them get there, Angel and them get there, I'm already in my seat. I done been to the bar twice already.
He was the only one who got to see Toby the first night.
Yeah. I saw people before. I saw not Bruno. I don't know who was up there, but I saw so many people before Toby, and I saw Toby. I'm just like,
we didn't see no Toby. We didn't see no Coco Jones. We didn't see nobody that I would have loved to have seen.
I seen everybody. By the time they got there, I was drunk because the people messed up. They triple charged me for one drink.
So we get there. I give Marcus, he now has a VIP. We had VIP and backstage passes because Stars had
and
all
the floor
that.
pass. Like my wrist was decorated.
Listen, we had great seats, free liquor. And Janelle Monáe was great. Her titties was out all over the place. Did not stay for all of Lauryn Hill because the songs didn't sound the same.
I remember you told.
Yeah, Marcus left.
I left
after the rappers.
So many. Yeah, after the rappers like Ludacris and Lil Jon and everybody got off. I ended up.
Ludacris wasn't there the first night, was he?
No, he was there the second night.
Yeah, I was gonna say no.
Who was there the first night?
It was all the old
Bone
heads.
Crusher and all them. Was he there?
Bone Crusher, Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, I saw all them.
KRS-One.
Yeah, and that was after Toby and all them. So I had seen a lot of performances already, and because they messed up my drink and I ended up getting drunk, I was like, I don't need to stay no longer. It's already late. So I ended up leaving. Actually, I left right after Kevin and them because Kevin and them left. And then that's when they did the back-to-back thing, and that's what helped me there because that's when Big Daddy Kane and then went up. But after all, Angel's right. After all they went up, I was like, I done seen enough. I've been here for hours.
So me and Brescia left together during Lauryn Hill's, and we went to a thing that Chris Spencer was having to just show him support. And Brescia was like, Chris, this is my best friend Angel. She's a hit rapper. She has a number one hit single, right? And he's like, listening to her, but like, what the hell are you talking about? She was like, it's one margarita. Then Chris was like, hold on. He's like, wait, I know who you are. He said, Mike Epps' daughters were at my house the other day, and they were putting us on. He was like, because you just kind of did it as a freestyle, but like you can actually really, really rap. And I was like, yeah. He was like, oh my God, we got to take a selfie. Because I'm going to send it to my daughter. She's not going to believe this. She is not going to believe this. And I'm like, what is going on?
Granted,
for real?
we know so many people. We know a lot of the same people. Like Chris Spencer. I've been in so many different situations where I've been with somebody. They're like, hey, what's up? And they sitting there talking. I was like, I met this man like probably 30, 40 times.
I had to remind him. I was at
I know he didn't
Tahir's
know who
roast.
I
But he meets a lot of people. So that was the end of. I didn't get back to the hotel room until 3 a.m.
Yeah.
That was the end of first night.
First of all, Dougie Fresh was off the hook.
He always is. Dougie Fresh.
Usually he does the B-Boss, but a lot of people done redid his stuff, and he was doing the originals. I was like, he is killing it.
He's good. Let's speed up for day
Go
2
ahead.
because this is taking too long with all the details. Day 2.
Oh, because we got the good stuff to get to.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, okay.
Hurry
this
up
is
then,
more,
day 2.
But listen, you
talking, Angel? Go.
Day 2, I spent more time at the convention center. I again left Marcus at the hotel. He was getting ready. Ended up walking around with Corey J. Bradford. He is an influencer who does a lot of. He became famous by doing a lot of the reenactments of things you've seen on TV. We were ABFF influencers together or ambassadors. So we walked around. I got to see Jay Bolin, who I'm waiting to style me one day. He styles all the little curvy black women. I have on a Jay Bolin jumper right now. When Marcus got there, me and him walked around a little bit. Oh, that's what I forgot to mention. The night before, one of the reasons why we were so late is that we were kicking it with Kelly Rowland. And when you're with Kelly Rowland, you just don't rush things. You just sit, you spend time with Kelly.
Yeah.
But that day,
did she get there as I was leaving? Is that what it was?
She got there. No. You remember we were taking you to the bar.
Oh, to the bar.
She looks
was
so
she
fine.
Performing?
No.
Kelly Rowland, she was not performing?
She was not performing.
That was a performance outfit she had on.
She looked like
That's
Josie
why,
and the Pussycats. She looked so good.
She didn't see me. She saw y'all. And then when she saw me, she was running back to hug me. But I thought she needed to be on stage. I said, no, girl, go ahead. She was like, all right, I'll see you next time.
Just looking delicious.
I thought she was performing.
I said, Kelly, stop her. I was telling her how good she looked at in London. I said, girl, you make me drool. I said, you just look too goddamn good. Anyways, so that's when we spent most of the time in the convention center together, and that's where we met a lot of amazing people.
Yeah.
Day
2.
Yeah, day 2.
Yeah, no, that was we were out. There was a few places I was trying to get around to, but I ended up just running into a lot of supporters and stuff. Like I was trying to make some connections that I was looking for, but I ended up running into so many people. So once I met up with Angel, yeah, we just ended up meeting a whole lot of people, which was fine. I wasn't mad at that at all.
I got these here. I bought so many earrings from this company called Hoop Mob.
I got a dope watch and a bracelet. I'm gonna end up posting them from a black-owned watch company.
Yeah.
The thing was dope. She had a black one and a gold one. Because the booth was all the way in the back, so she was standing out there. She was like, "Oh my God, can I get pictures?" Of course. You gotta make sure you come to my booth. I said I was going to do something. I said, but I'm gonna be back. So when I walked back, she was like, you kept your word. I was like, yeah, I kept my word.
Yes. That's one of the things I do from last year that I do try to do is support the black businesses that are there. It's not just about the big celebrities. When I tell you, I bought about 20 different earrings from Hoop Mob. The earrings are fire. Y'all see them as they roll out because I'm going to be wearing all of them.
I saw a couple of companies I'm going to order for clothes from.
Yeah.
One of them has some dope tracksuits. Y'all know I love me a tracksuit.
So we ran into my connection at Disney, right? Who has always been great. She invites me to events. I'm trying to go on a Disney cruise though, okay? Because I see my influencer friends, Gay Babe, they done went on 2 cruises. Okay, the Curly Coopers, they done went on 2 cruises.
So Angel's telling the lady this.
Yes, and I said, at first I thought you only let East Coast family go on cruises. I said, but then I saw the Lewises go on a cruise. They a family of 7, so their family even bigger than ours. They went on a cruise. I said, what's wrong with me and my family? Why can't we go on a cruise?
Go. I'm gonna do it.
Wait a minute. No, it's not time yet. Hold on. She said, well, your schedule be so busy. And I said, tell me when. And we will clear the schedule. Marsha said, forget our schedule.
I said, don't worry about the damn schedule. All right, don't worry about the schedule. We'll make it happen.
Yeah. I said,
you tell us when.
And she said, okay, at the top of the year, I'm going to give you the dates of when it is. She said, however, your margarita song isn't that brand friendly. I said, well, that just happened, okay?
Give me one margarita. I'm going to give you some head.
That is what somebody ran up in the middle of me talking to the woman from Disney.
Right after she mentions Angel's song.
And yelled to me, give me one margarita, I'm going to give you some head. She didn't even have the lyrics right, but she made sure she went to the most vulgar part of it. And I was like, listen, we making a clean version. Don't worry. I was like, don't worry about it. I was like, God dang.
But the song just came out weeks ago. All right, they've been doing these cruises for 8 years.
I said, I've been doing influencing for Disney for some years now when I didn't have no song that said put it in your puss. Now, come on. So we do that.
To see that happen in real time, though.
I was like, damn. Damn.
They didn't even speak to Angel. They just ran up and said that and then walked out.
I said, how did this happen, Lord?
Anyway, yeah, day 2 was off the hook as well. Mainly meeting so many people.
And then that concert.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about when I arrived to the concert.
We gotta speed it up.
First, I gotta talk about when I arrived to the concert. We get there. It's late as hell. Marcus is now traveling with Stars, right?
I'm traveling with Stars.
We went to a Stars event.
Yeah, the Stars, the network.
Yes, we went to a Stars event.
And yes, I was traveling with Stars.
We met the cast of
Oh my God! Hold up! No!
I know!
God dang! Y'all, all right, this is going to be an hour and a half episode. Look.
We met the cast of Bel Air. I've already met Cassandra before. Cassie is what she goes by online. That's Aunt Viv.
Aunt Viv.
We met the guy who plays Jeffrey.
First, stop. These people are so goddamn nice. We sat and kicked it and talked to them for so long. I was making sure I was giving Cassie her flowers because she is like created for that role. It's like they created the original Aunt Viv and the guy was like, let me make this woman so she could play her again
right
later on. The guy that plays Jeffrey, mad cool. I mean, this dude is so nice and so cool. Me and him, we sat and I was trying not to bother him. Yeah. And he was coming back like, so, and you know, I love his accent, his thick accent. Yeah. We were sitting there talking and kicking it or whatever. Those people were so goddamn nice.
I saw Chris Spencer again. He said, I sent the picture to my daughter and she lost her shit. She was like, no, you did not meet her. I was like, what is going on? He was like, do you have my number? I was like, no. He said, lock me in and text me. I was like, okay. We met the cast of, I know a lot of the cast of P-Valley. Kicked it with them. Danielle again.
That was my first time meeting, what's his name? Nico? Your friend, Nico. First time, because he's hilarious on that show.
Yes, Nico is great. And Nico was funny long before. Nico is just a funny person. I've known him for years.
Because Angel was like, he asked where you was. So then he was sitting there talking to somebody, and I walked by and he grabbed my arm. I said, I'm going to be back. He's like, all right. And then...
So we took pictures with everybody up there. That was like great. There'd be a market.
The Instagram story is coming, y'all.
We about to put everything
stuff to edit together.
So then we go to the concert. Okay, we pulling up late. Glad we did. We pull up. The Stars van pulls up at the same time as the Abbott Elementary bus. Yeah. We walk out. The Abbott Elementary people come walking out. Brescia obviously knows everybody. She hugs Quinta. She's known Quinta since Quinta was doing BuzzFeed. I've known of Quinta since then. But I've never personally met Quinta. So I'm ahead of them. And now who I have met is Janelle. Me and Janelle have met because her best friend and I worked on the short film Look Back at It. So Janelle came to our first like screening of it, and really cool. So I see Quinta, and I'm getting ready to be like, hey, Quinta, my name is Angel, huge fan. I was like, hey. She goes, hey, girl, I was just talking about you. I was like, what is going on? And then Janelle comes up beside her. She's like, give me one margarita. I was like, what is happening? She said, I said, wait, you know me? She said, girl, I'm a fan. I said, what? I said, well, this is my husband, Mark. Because she said, I know who Marcus is. I am a fan.
I said, no, I'm a fan. And I hugged that girl this time.
She is she is shorter than Brescia. I was just like, what?
No, I was shocked. I was like, oh, my God.
She was like, congratulations on the success of your song. I'm like, what is happening? That was me for most of the weekend, was what is happening type of thing. So me and her were right in the middle of a conversation. Me and Quinta were about to like little chickens chat, but then we ended up getting separated because Marcus thought we had to go into another door.
Yeah, they were the people that we were with that was like telling us where to go. They were like, come here, come on. And I was like, Angel, we gotta go. Turns out that wasn't the case. Y'all see how much of a fool this chick right here acts for, what's that woman's name? Beyonce? Missy Elliott is my Beyonce.
Missy Elliott
I've always loved Missy. And to be that close to that stage as this woman was killing it.
It was so good.
Jill Scott, I was like, how is Missy how you gonna let Jill Scott go before you?
Because Jill Scott had real-time sauce, and she was singing.
Jill Scott was murderous up on that stage, and I was just like, ain't nobody about to follow this.
Jill Scott didn't even have an entrance. They were doing sound check, and she was on stage.
She did.
I said, what?
She said, ain't no things on my mic tonight.
She said, this is
live music. I was loving her performance. I was like, God dang, Missy got some big shoes to fill right now.
And Missy filled those shoes and busted them open.
Busted them wide open. And I'm like, and she did this, I don't know, I think it lasted for like 15 minutes of like short snippets of her songs, like 10 seconds, losing my goddamn mind.
It was so good.
It was so good. Ridiculous. All right, day 3. We got to wrap this up.
Oh, no.
Right
then
now.
we went to an after party.
Oh, we went to, yes, it was a great after party. We went to DJ D Nice's after party.
We got to see Spice Adams and Affion Crockett act the fool on
Spice
stage.
is a goddamn idiot.
Fully.
He is foolish. That boy ain't got no sense. And they also hosted the Essence the second night.
Yeah, the concert.
Yeah, the concert they hosted. But yeah, they was on stage. DJ D Nice, Affion Crockett, Spice Adams. I can't remember the gentleman's name. You saw him in a play also. What play was he in?
Wait a minute. Who?
The black dude that was in. He was also in.
I don't
Walking
know.
Dead.
Oh, Omar is his name.
Yeah. He was on stage also.
You talking about Hollywood from Queen Sugar?
Yeah, Hollywood from Queen Sugar. And we seen Queen Sugar.
He was there. Danielle Brooks, the new Sophie from The Color Purple. She was on stage acting a fool. That was great.
Even our little corner was like star-studded over there.
Yeah, Jennifer Freeman, who is the friend who invited us to the party.
Tisha Campbell was over with us.
Tisha Campbell, KJ, and then Nefertari, who is a writer for almost every award show.
I was mad because I found there wasn't nobody in that corner. And then people was like, oh, yeah, ain't nobody over there.
They're like, oh, this is perfect. It's so much. Next day, I have an event. This is the only event that we are RSVP to as our names. It's a Disney event. So I was like, it don't matter if I didn't got enough sleep. I'm getting up and I'm getting to this event on time. I snuck Mel Mitchell in. She was just like, I'm trying to be a Disney influencer. I was like, okay. So there I met a bunch of different influencers that I admire. Got to see Karen from Married at First Sight because we got to see each other briefly, but then we finally got to hug each other, take a picture.
Yeah.
So Marcus gets there a little bit late. I made
the mistake of walking.
And it's too hot. We did that once before and we were drenched.
I wore what I wore purposely because I was like, if I sweat in this, it's just gonna absorb it and it ain't gonna show. But I walked to that goddamn event, and when I walked up, they were just like, "Did you walk here?" I was like, "Yeah."
Craziness. So he gets there a little late. So I'm gonna tell you what he missed, so that then the rest of this story will make sense. They did.
Yeah, both nights was like 4 a.m. So go ahead.
Whatever the line is called in New Orleans that people do after they get married.
They got the trumpets and the
people have the parasols, and then they are like waving like little flags. It's
what's it called, y'all?
It's something.
Somebody gonna say it. Keep talking though.
So as Disney is doing that inside this venue to start the programming. So there's a live band. There is Mickey. There's no, not Mickey. They had Princess Tiana walk in.
Yeah.
And all these other pretty black women. And then I noticed Erica Alexander, famously known from Living Single, and Cousin Pam from The Cosby Show.
Yeah,
Second line. Yeah, Thank you. I knew it was a number.
Not Erica Alexander in the chat.
I kept saying, it's a line something. Marcus is like, a parade? I was like, no. It's something line called Second
Parade.
Line. I see Erica Alexander from Living Single in there. Now, me and Erica did a Quibi movie together before the pandemic, and we met then. But it was like a quick meeting. We weren't in a scene together. But I did notice she follows me and Marcus online. She comments on our stuff a lot, which always shocks us.
Yeah, always.
So she's in
Because
the
we've
thing.
been big fans for a long time.
She's in the thing waving, and I yell, and I got good seats. I did my job. I showed up, put my stuff in the chair.
Yeah. When I got there, I was like, Angel was waving me up. I said, girl, you on the stage. I
Listen,
ain't
we
coming
were
up
like
there.
dignitaries where our seats were. I was like, yup, thanks very much. So I go, you better get it, Erica. And she happens to turn, because I'm standing beside her now, and sees me. And she goes, oh my God, I love you. And I was like, I love you, right? I'm like, oh, okay. She sits down. Marcus eventually gets there. She sits down at a table across from us. Marcus gets there, and I whisper to him, Erica Alexander is here. And I think she is going to recognize you. She knows who we are. Sure enough, while things are going.
No, they called her up to the stage.
I thought she waved to you before then.
No, as she stands up, she looks over and waves like this. I was like, she like looks at me and like waves like, hey. And I was like, oh. Because I was like, look, it happened more than once that weekend where people would be waving and I wave and they talking to somebody either in front of me or behind me. And I was like, oh, hey.
He waves.
Yeah, I wave.
So they're interviewing her and the young man who plays the genie on Broadway right now.
Yeah.
They're talking about
He
was great.
He was great.
I wanted to take a picture with
Dressed
him.
to a T.
He's had on
Big
his
character.
pink.
He said,
He's giving it.
come on, Orlando.
Yes, that's where he's from. So they're talking about Erica's dropping gems. She says the biggest nation is the imagination. I was like, oh, come on, girl.
Yeah, she's dropping gem after gem. It's like, yeah, dang, how you come up with this?
And they asked her what type of world or work does she want to be able to do? Like if somebody was like, what type of like acting do you want to do kind of thing? And she was like, I would love to be in sci-fi, which I've heard her say online before. She was like, I want to see myself in that type of world. She was like, also, that chick Angel is here. And she creates amazing content along with her husband. And I want to be.
Husband Marcus.
Yes, husband Marcus. She said his first name, husband Marcus.
Yeah.
And I want to be, their story deserves to be told. I want to be a part of that story. I want to be in the type of content that they create because it's so important to be able to see stories like theirs. She went on talking.
You do what you was doing, and I'm going to do what I was doing.
I was like this, what is happening? Mel Mitchell was like, cry, Angel. I was like, I'm about to because I don't know what's happening.
I'm a statue. My mouth is open. I'm like, the hell this woman just said? And then I look over at Angel and tears are streaming down, and I can't help but laugh at her.
Because I was so confused. I was like, this is a Disney thing. She's talking about us. What is going on?
Didn't seem, none of that seemed real.
It was great. And I was so mad because I wasn't recording. But somebody there who is a supporter of that chick, Angel Marcus Graham, recorded everything. She said, I'm going to send it to you. I said, send it to me.
Actually, her husband's a photographer.
Yes,
he got it on video.
He got it on a good camera, so
Yeah.
she couldn't just airdrop it to me because I was going to be like, give it to me right now.
Oh, he got it on the insured camera.
Listen, after they finished talking to Erica, I didn't even wait till she gets to I just walked up to her and hugged her, and I was like, oh, my God, thank you.
They're in the middle of it. Angel hugged her, and then I got up. I'm walking in front of everybody's shots, and I hug her.
We're like, okay, because this is afterwards. She was like, can I get a picture with y'all? I said, Erica, now, God dang it. We want a picture with you.
We had a conversation with Erica, and it didn't even seem, I don't understand it. Like,
it's crazy. She said, if y'all ever need anything, she said, you got my information? I said, you gave it to me. We were working on the movie. But I don't be contacting people when they could be there. I would just be like, okay, I'm not going to bother you. She's like, if y'all need anything. I'm like, girl, I'm about to have you in one of these challenges. You understand me? You want to be in our world and our content? Come on over.
Like, that ain't what I was talking about, sister. What I meant was, no, she we gave her flowers and she showed her appreciation to us, and it was just like, it was like being, I don't know, swallowed by so much love, just her energy.
It was crazy.
And she was just like, Marcus. I was like, yes, ma'am.
It was absolutely crazy. Right.
That was me. Everybody looking at me weird, like, look at this big old dude.
So we took pictures with people in there that wanted to take pictures with us. We end up leaving, and we went over to another venue that Essence had rented out. Shea Moisture had an activation.
Yeah.
And our good friend Katara Coleman, who's one of the owners of Southern Girl Desserts, which is locally based in LA.
Right.
Her and another one of my sorors actually own it.
Yeah, Katara and Carlos Coleman, y'all might know them. Close friends of Tad.
So we went to support that.
That and a few other. There was a few vendors in there, so we went to support them and see what they had too.
Took some more pictures with folk, and then from there we left to come to the airport and get back on our Spirit airline.
Spirit's airline, the seats in first class, they had 4. Mm-hmm. First class seats. Them seats were so damn wide.
Yeah, they said you gonna know what Spirit Airline is. Come on.
Yeah.
So there's other things that we only mentioned to our Patreon that happened that were exclusive to Patreon, but it was overall a great event that
it was.
We did exactly. It felt like a work event for sure. Go ahead, baby.
Wrapping it up.
Yeah, I'm going to the question. Hey, oh, yeah. All right. This one is to me, and then I'll see if there's one that's more related to.
It's your birthday. You gonna announce it?
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna answer this first one from Nubian Muslima. Hopefully, I didn't get it wrong.
Sound like you did.
Question: with all the new unexpected changes in your career, how are you adjusting? Do your kids know that you are that chick angel, and what do they think? I don't think my kids. I think little Marcus is kind of understanding what's going on.
He understands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely understands. The twins, Lamar, they don't know. They don't care. Marcus, because I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Just from what I see, he's in that world a little bit. Like he follows influencers, and he's seen people's reaction to Angel.
I think if they would have went to Essence with us, their minds would have been blown. It's just like last year, Isaiah and JoJo came to Essence with Melissa and Kev. We went out to eat, and Kevin got stopped every 5 minutes, and Isaiah was like, what in the world? I said, oh, you didn't know your daddy was this famous? He was like, not like this. I said, oh, this is his demographic. He was like, dang. I think the little Marcus would have been like, what in the world? The twins definitely.
With you, I don't think as much. With me, if he was just with me, he would be like, but you daddy. Like, what?
Also, and then hearing people know his name, he would be like,
oh, yeah.
This is crazy. I don't know any of these people. And they're how am I handling it? You know what? It is overwhelming. I told Marcus I'm going to eventually take the time to like just sit in the feelings. So I'm going to try to tell y'all this really quickly because we do have to hurry up. I have had the pleasure, and I appreciate it, to have some people who have wanted to really get me to understand the impact that my content has had on their life, or just the impact of seeing me push through the obstacles that I have been faced with while creating my content and putting out, just trying to put out positivity. I know not all the time are my messages positive, but, trying to be authentic and be myself. And I have worked on not deflecting the compliments, just taking them in and being grateful. As you all know, my love language is words of affirmation. However, I try not to allow people who are my supporters, their words of affirmation, to have too much of an effect on me, because then if those things turn negative, then it's also going to have an effect on me. So I kind of put like a little bit of a barrier of, it's nice to hear, but I try not to put any weight in it. I said, I'm going to allow myself, I don't know when, to just kind of sit in the things I've heard. There's been a couple of women outside of Erica Alexander that have almost broke me down to the brake pads with the things that they have said, and because they've been really heartfelt, of just like, especially because of my age, you can feel like my momentum picking up. And I'm not a spring chicken. I've said that many a time. And I have worked hard. I don't care what nobody thinks or says. I have worked my ass off for almost 20 years in this business of acting and entertaining. And you're now kind of seeing it all kind of like come to fruition. So it's more so me being in a place of gratitude. Me and Tab were just texting about it before we started the podcast, of just really being in awe of God giving us more than what we could have ever dreamt of. I couldn't have dreamt that I would have written a rap song. Granted, have I been rapping most of my life like an idiot? Yes. Have I been singing, pissing him off ever since he's known me? Absolutely. And rapping, doing all the stuff. And for God to be like, I'm going to use all of your gifts, even the ones that you think are goofy. Watch. So it's been a beautiful, overwhelming, confusing journey. But I'm grateful, and I'm really trying to allow myself to walk through every door the Lord opens, knowing that even if I don't feel as knowledgeable and prepared as I would like to, that he will have the tools there in front of me so that I don't fall on my face.
All right. That was beautiful.
I know.
I need to hurry you up because you're getting long with it. As y'all know, today, as we recording, is Angel's birthday, so I wanted to present her with this. This ain't the completed version.
Oh, there's something coming?
I'm trying to get you to stop talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. We won't do a question a comment.
Yeah, there's a story behind it, y'all. I'll tell you about that later.
This is a surprise. Okay, don't fall over, please, now. Oh.
So I got Angel. I ordered her a platinum plaque for her Spotify streams. This ain't the. This is. I'll tell you about that later. But
I don't care. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I was mad that that's the one that. Anyway.
I love it.
Man, we gotta wrap this up.
Okay, guys.
All right, thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all know where y'all can find Angel. That chick Angel across everything. Y'all can find me on Instagram.
Buy tickets to our tour.
Buy tickets to the tour, Tanksley Tour. Y'all can look at our, what's it called? The links in our things in the post, and you know where cities we're coming to. Indiana, Lexington, Chicago,
Houston, Atlanta, New York,
Philadelphia, DC. There, I said it again. People that be inboxing me, stop asking because we done said it multiple times. Anyway, fam, we'll holler back at y'all.